Good morning. It's lovely and quiet in the park right now on a really sunny day, so I thought I'd come outside to do a little video. Talking a bit today about what children can teach us. I'm really lucky that I have two children who share stuff with me a lot, which I share a lot on social media, so sorry about the oversharing. And my daughter, who's 6, is just so curious at the moment and says lots of interesting things. And it just is an invitation to look at the world with fresh eyes again, to regain that sense of curiosity that sometimes we lose in adulthood. And it's really important to be a bit more playful rather than so serious and assumptive about everything, because nothing is a given. And when we look through the eyes of children, we see the world in a different way. And she said quite recently, "Mummy, I don't want to become a grown-up because grown-ups don't play and don't have fun, and I want to keep playing." And I thought, wow, what an interesting point to make. So much of adulthood seems like being serious and responsible. And yes, of course, there are those elements to it, but gosh, life is also about fun and embracing it and immersing ourselves in the moment. And so often people will ask, and we'll ask ourselves, like, how do I stay present to this moment? Well, the answer would probably be to watch children, see how they are, and they play without any self-consciousness, particularly when they're young. And it might be worth putting into context the arc of life, which is quite helpful to summarise the experience of, well, we're born into the world as babies with absolutely no concept of separation. The world is just one, mum is one, dad is one with us, and there is just this sense of togetherness, basic needs being met and moving from mood to mood seamlessly. And then suddenly we reach the age of being a toddler, like maybe 2.5, and we look in a mirror and there's this sense of I, and that identification with that 9th letter of the alphabet. And suddenly we're reduced to this singular thing, and we're just not that, but it veils it so much, doesn't it, that identification with that sense of ego. And yet it's also quite necessary too to go out into the world. My son is like turning 11 soon, and he's very naturally becoming quite into brands and belonging and being a certain way, and everything's embarrassing, I'm embarrassing, and that's all completely normal, isn't it? And then often we might reach what might be termed middle age, but it can be quite a broad spectrum, and then have this real sense of wanting to come home to ourselves and wanting to fall back in love with all the fun stuff and the curiosity and wondering our purpose and why we're here. And that often brings us to this conversation, which is just so illuminating. So today maybe it's an invitation to just get curious and be playful, watch children and watch how they move seamlessly in and out of moods without dwelling. Okay, thanks a lot, bye bye.